Good morning. And this is a little bit earlier for us, 10 o'clock, but it's a Friday, and I know you guys appreciate getting in and getting out a little bit earlier than you normally do. So thank you for coming. The NBA every 6 or 7 years comes up with new rules. And one of the rules that allowed us to acquire Carlos Boozer was the amnesty provision. A unique provision in the collective bargaining agreement, and strictly a business maneuver for a lot of teams that use that provision. Fortunately for us, and unexpectedly for us, our bid was the highest bid, and we were awarded Carlos. And not for a second did we think that he'd be available to us. Personally, I know he's going to have a great year this year, and at his age, there's no reason why he can't play, 3, 4, or 5 more years, and I think that's his expectations as well. The only downside to this whole thing is we had to waive a North Carolina guy to get Carlos here, and Kendall Marshall. So, having said that, I'd like to introduce Carlos Boozer, and he say a few words and answer your questions. Thank you. All right, thank you.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, guys, how you doing? For me, I just want to say I'm extremely excited to be here, to be a Laker. I think it's an honor. I was telling Mitch and the guys when they picked me up that I've admired the Laker organization for a very long time, competing against them, and it's an honor to be a part of the organization.
Carlos, how surprised are you to have been affected by the amnesty clause, and what were your thoughts when you were looking at those balls?
Yeah, well, I mean, amnesty clause is part of the business, like Mitch said, and I felt, to that. But at the same time, I was able to come here, so it worked out great for me. And I'm excited about those championship balls up there, and that's what we play for. That's why I'm here, to help us get back to that level. And I'm still searching for my first one, so that's great motivation for me.
Carlos, how confident are you that you can get back to the level you were, say, 2 seasons ago?
Yeah, very confident. I'm working my butt off and excited for this new challenge ahead of me, and have a lot to prove. So I'm very excited about the opportunity.
Was the end of last season difficult for you?
Yeah, it was. It was at times, but you learn a lot. I was humbled a lot, and I grew a lot as a man, as an individual. So I take all that with me in my new experience.
What's your first step in going about getting those dollars out?
Just getting in the best shape I can be in, coming here, establishing my leadership with the rest of the guys, getting acclimated into the team, into whatever system we're going to be put into, and doing it every day, day in and day out, putting the work in. To get where you want to be, you got to put the work in, and I love to work. So.
Do you see yourself as a starter with this group?
Absolutely, yeah.
You mentioned just a little while ago that you were humbled by last season. What happened last season that really humbled you?
Just the minutes, playing first quarter and third quarter, not having a chance to help my team at the end of the game to win was tough. As a competitor, you want to be out there doing everything you can to help your team win, and not getting that opportunity, it was humbling. So I learned a lot from that process.
Did you expect to be back in Chicago next season, or did you kind of sense a change?
Well, Chicago was great about everything. They're a great organization, first class. They were in touch with me and Rob Pelinka, my agent, along the whole process. So, as they were making their decisions on where they were going with the team, they let us know, and so we knew we were going to get amnestied, I think, the day before, and went forward.
Do you remember finding out that the Lakers won the bid and your reaction?
I was excited. I was actually in the gym working out when I found out, and Rob called me, and I was ecstatic. I was jumping up and down, and went back out there and got 2 more hours in. Yeah.
Hey, Carlos, you've been playing kind of both 4 and 5, alternating the league has changed that way so much since How does that affect your play? How do you think that could emerge for you this season and being able to play
Yeah.
much better?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of talent inside. You know, I think Randall's a stud. I think Ed Davis is a stud. You know, I think we have a lot of versatility with our fours and fives. So I think I can be able to do both.
What is the difference now? There aren't that many big fives anymore
Yeah.
at this point, but just being able to hold up defensively against
Yeah.
the space.
Well, it just depends. I mean, it depends who you're playing, what lineup they have out there. You know, at the same time, it depends on what our. Oh, you're awesome. Thank you. Thanks, buddy. It kind of depends on, you know, who you're playing against and who they have out there and what our strengths are. And I think that we can take advantage of it with our lineup that we have. We have a lot of athleticism, a lot of young guys. And we also got Kobe coming back, which I'm excited to be playing with him. Yeah, I talked to him last week a few times, and he's doing great. Said he feels healthy, and he's motivated.
What's been his kind of message to your family?
Just come ready, you know, come ready to lead, come ready to surprise some people.
You've played against him so many years.
Yeah.
In playoffs, what's it going to be like to actually play with him?
Yeah, I'm excited. I got a chance to play with Kobe in a couple All-Star games and with the Olympic team in 2008. And, you know, I see his work ethic, I see his drive, I see his vision, his focus. And to be able to play with him here is going to be exciting. It's going to be more magnified. And I'm excited for it. You know, he's one of the best players ever to put on a jersey. And his drive to win is very contagious. And I remember with the Olympic team, there was different moments in the Spain game and the Argentina game and different games where he just, not only by his play, but through some of the things that he said, you could tell how hungry he was. And that hunger is contagious, and I'm looking forward to being a part of that.
What do you think of this?
Advice to some of the younger guys and veterans like Davis, Randall,
Yeah.
Ed Davis?
Yeah, a lot. You know, I think, you know, first you got to get in the league and see where you fit, find a niche for yourself. You know, I've watched Randall a lot, and in college, had a great college run, great rebounder, great scorer inside in college. But sometimes you just have to be thrown in the fire and play, you know. Ed Davis is extremely athletic. I played against him a few times throughout my career, and he's a good rim protector, so I'm excited to be playing with him too. But, you know, the experience, sometimes you have to be out there. When you play in the league for a long time, this is my 13th season, I have little tidbits about different players that we'll be competing against. I can help them with that, and it'll be fun. It'll be a fun process.
Carlos, what do you see this team as? You said last year was their worst season since coming to LA.
Okay.
There's so many new parts. There's you got Jeremy Lin coming in,
Mhm.
and how do you see this team coming together? What will be the identity on the court?
I think we have to find that. You know, I think that's something for us to determine. I think we got to get on the court, find out who we are. You know, part of that is just competing every day against each other. And, you know, when we have a coach in place and we find out what the system is and what direction he wants to lead us in, we'll find our identity.
Any concern that there's no coach as of yet?
No, not for me. I mean, this is the top organization in the league, and they're gonna give us a good coach.
Because you've been in the league for so long and there's so many young people that have joined the team this year, do you think your patience will be tested because you are used to a high caliber of play?
That's a great question. I'm not really worried about that, and I don't think I'm going to be surprised. You know, I watched this team. I know you said it was a tough season for them last year, but they competed. You know, they played hard. They had success. They seemed like they got along a lot. I mean, we're playing against some of the guys, you know, when they came to Chicago, and they played well together. So I'm excited to get with the group of guys and see how good we can be.
Playing against the Lakers in 2008, 2009, what was your initial thoughts and reaction to kind of those feelings you had in playing against them in the playoffs and
Yeah.
playing the Lakers?
Oh, I was frustrated. To be quite frank, we wanted to beat them, you know. We thought we had a good team in Utah. We fell short, obviously, but it was frustrating because you want to get to the mountaintop and you keep getting stopped by the same team. So, but, you know, like I said, I admired them because you got to respect your opponent. And I've always respected the Lakers very much. So it's good to be on this side of it, and hopefully we can have success.
How soon do where are you located, and how soon do you relocate in LA?
I'm at a hotel right now, looking at places. I am. It's so spread out, and it's, you know, practice sites here, and, you know, Staples is downtown. So I'm trying to find a place that's conducive to what I need. So we'll see. Mhm.
That was a little humbling. What did you take away from that can apply to this season?
A lot, you know. Every moment, every chance to play is a great opportunity. Is a blessing, which I already felt that way, but it was magnified more to me last year. So, you know, with that outlook on it, I just can't wait to get to work. You know.
Mitch alluded to this, but how long do you think you have as far as a career? I mean, you're still relatively young man.
Yeah, 32. Feel like a spring chicken. But my body feels great. You know, I'm looking forward to getting back out there. I don't know how long I'm going to play, maybe 4, 5, 6 more years, maybe 7. We'll see. But we'll go from there.